Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to Act 2 of Grim Dawn. My name is Klo0ga. Thank you very much for stopping by. Alright, let's get to it. I'm very, very excited. Where should we start? Props to Crate. Very awesome patch that has come out. Every patch is a standard with thus far, to be perfectly honest, but man, I mean, let's park it here for a sec. The more keen-eyed of you will notice, of course, that the new HUD, heads-up display, all done and nice, and this sort of glass bar thing going on, it looks really, really cool. And I like it a lot. There's a lot of other graphical updates from what I can tell. The game looks generally sort of sharper and a bit more crisp with its colours and textures, and yeah, it looks really awesome. What else? The menus, the text looks a bit sharper, a bit better. These menus too, I mean, all this looks good, really good. This, of course, I mean, you've got the new spot here for the thingamajigs we're going to get to craft soon. Can't remember what they're called. Oh, Jesus. And lots of other little bits and pieces like that looking really, really nice. Now, let's jump on in here. One of the things they introduced in build 17 is you can read the lore items that you find. Now let's pop them in our inventory and you can right click on them, I believe. Now I already know them, as you can see. I've already read them. It's apparently global. I was logged in last night and had to play around with another one of my characters, and now I can't demonstrate to you on camera how this works, but oh, there we go. I hadn't read that one before. As you can see, you gain experience. So you can right click on them and they get added to this thing, I can't remember what they called it. Your booklet. Your lore booklet, let's call it that. So that's a very cool thing. They go away as well when you read them, so you stop wasting bloody inventory space. And yeah, what else? Oh yes, I just gained 2 levels in the patch notes on the Grim Dawn forums, which I'll link below. Level scaling has been changed ever so slightly, so upon reading that one lore item, I gained 300 experience, but I also gained all the way through 26 and to 27. So that's a good time to talk about skills. I think all the classes had slight tweaks to how they operate. Nightblade, the heaviest of those tweaks. Quite a few skills moved around and changed, which maybe we'll have a chance to check out. We've got 10 more levels to play with in Build 17 and Act 2. Ring of Steel didn't move, but Shadow Strike was rejigged. Nightfall, which I had, has been moved up here. Dual Blade has been turned into a passive skill with plus to piercing damage, plus percent I should say. So, we've got 7 skill points to invest as well. Alright. So I think we want to get up to this final tier because we can now. I really want to get to Execution because that's going to be a very awesome skill. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into there. And maybe, what are we going to do? What are we going to do, guys? Panicked decisions. Let's boost our piercing damage more with a bit of extra dual blades. I'm cool with that. For anyone who watched my first Grim Dawn Let's Play, I did the Nightblade, a Nightblade run in Alpha, Act 1, and it went very, very well. This is the same character. Alrighty, so without further ado, I think I've yammered on enough. We can pick up our first Act 2 quest. Let's jig the camera angle around a bit. We got a meeting with Captain John Bourbon. How's it going, my man? Alright, for anyone who wants to read, check it out. Alright, so he is talking about his own kind that would like to see us dead, or would just have the pleasure of killing, and so forth. So he's telling us about these evil humans elsewhere in the Grim Dawn, causing troubles. They escaped to the northwest after the Grim Dawn, forming into ruthless gangs who prey upon drifters still travelling the roads. Jeez, good reading, huh? So he's telling us we have to fix a bridge. Mornay recently returned from old Arkovia to the northwest and can give you details on the outlaw situation. I will speak to him. Wow, he got here quick. Hello, Mornay. So we're the kid that's been causing a stir in your absence. We certainly had. Captain Bourbon said we got to speak to you. I'm not going to beat around the bush. We're at war, and if we don't take the fight to them, they will surely bring it to us. What's the plan of action? Understood. Alrighty, we're out on a crest. We're out on a crest, guys. Let me just reset the Map. Cool. Repair the bridge leading northwest out of Devil's Crossing. Woohoo! Who's ready? Let's do it. So out this way. There's Hangman Jarvis. So this is where we started, and everything took place to the east of here. Now we get to go this way. Woo! Oh man, we didn't do our attribute points. Been mostly focusing on cunning. I'm gonna put a point in physique because we might be squishy. Cool. Alright, what have we got? Arkovian Foothills Bridge Repair Site. It will take 6 scrap and 3,000 iron bits to repair. Lucky, I already have that. I love this idea, guys. This sort of repairing the town as you go. That's really cool. And using scrap, which I figured for a while would be useless, but it turns out it's not. Probably will be used in crafting too. Anyway, we're in the Arkovian Foothills. Alright. Let's do it. Our first enemies. We got gang members here. Oh, alright. I'm going to be a bit rusty with me, with my Night Blade, I've got to say. I'm trying to remember all the skills and investments. It's this build, for anyone who's just tuning in to Act 2 and didn't watch my previous run, is focused, obviously, on dual wielding. I mean, who wouldn't make a dual wielding Night Blade? I kid, of course, but I did, because that was the popular thing at the time with all you young kids. So I got into the dual wielding. It's focusing on, if I can remember the name of the skill, this one here. Pneumatic burst, so I'm trying to basically keep that up constantly because it heals us and boosts our damage and attack speed and other nice things. As you can see as well, I'm using Shadow Strike as a main sort of form of attack. And I've got Ring of Steel, as I'll demonstrate there, as a bit of extra AoE. In build 17, I believe they did add, what's that thing called? Stun? 1.5 seconds. Let's check quickly. We're getting attacked, but it doesn't matter. Yes, stun target for 1.5 seconds. So that's actually a very handy defensive skill. But actually overall this build's gone pretty well, I have to say. Between the end of my last Let's Play of Act 1 and now, I did farm with this guy a little bit, so he's probably a little over-geared for the situation. Yeah, he's primarily focused on physical and piercing damage, but for a bit of flavour I have chucked in some of the cold and frostburn stuff, and I got this weapon here, Barbaric Steel Broadsword of the Arctic. Whew! Percentage physical damage, percentage cold damage, plus physical damage and cold damage, and chance to stun, and chance to freeze, and percentage to health. And I chucked a chilled steel with physical damage on it. Man, it's a beast. It is a beast. Alrighty, I'm not going to lie, I did do a little bit of this off camera last night with another one of my characters. I had to check some things out, and there's some really cool new enemies that have been chucked in and around the place, and I'm hoping we find some here. Carrion Raptors, you guys probably remember Raptors from Act 1, if you played this game, of course. If you don't play this game, if you've stumbled upon this video somehow, not previously knowing or having played Grim Dawn, go check it out. Support Crate Entertainment. Jeez, man. I word bad. Support them. They're doing a fantastic job, this game. I made a comment to a friend of mine last night that it officially feels completely and utterly out of alpha. It feels so much more polished and just operating beautifully. I'm having a lot of fun. So if you guys have an itch to be scratched in, you know, having played Titan Quest or Diablo or something like that, definitely get onto this business. It's definitely the best action RPG I've played since Titan Quest, really, which piqued my interest. Whoop, we got some more carrion dudes here. Ooh, see that hit? 3k, very nice. Man, okay, who are you? Steven Skinner. Stand back, I'm burning this shack down. My family does not need to suffer any longer in this horrible world. Your family's in there, are you insane? Stay out of this, it's for the best. Look, things are bad, but we can't lose hope. Let's talk this guy out of it. He wants to burn his house down with his family inside. What a nut job. I come from Devil's Crossing. It's safe there. Safe? What's safe anymore? We were safe out here once too. Look at this place now. We defend it. We'll see you there. Alright, we convinced him to go home. We'll catch up with him later. That was lucky. Alright, so now we got to go speak to him in Devil's Crossing to finish that quest. And our main quest is Murderers and Worst. Kill Edmund Shanks Doyle. Oh, thank you very much. Ha! Puns. Cronley's gang. This looks scary and dangerous. Oh, there he is. There's Shanks. Where's old Shanks? Getcha. Give us a bit of that action. Stunges. Oh, he went down easily. This build feels really solid. I don't know if I was squishier before and now I've got good armor. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm feeling good. It is obviously... I wouldn't go so far as to say it's a complete glass cannon. That's not really true. But it's definitely, you know, the absence of a shield makes things a little difficult. You'll pay for this, cough. Darian wants this prison, and when he finds out what you've done, Edmund spits up blood. He didn't say that. I think I'm speaking a little fast. I'm pretty excited, guys. This is so cool. How cool do those incendiary spaulders look? Check them out. Wicked. Alright, we killed that guy. We'll go hand in that quest in a bit. I better keep an eye on the old episode timer. I generally try to keep these a bit shorter and sweeter, probably 15 to 20 minutes an episode, so you guys don't get insanely bored. I know even with videos I really like, I do have a tendency to skip through the longer ones, depending on my mood. Maybe you guys aren't like that, in which case I apologise for the assumption. But anyway, you can just subscribe, hang around, and so that way you can catch all the updates. Oh yeah. One thing, if the developers are listening, I was bummed out about this because I make YouTube content for this, but you used to be able to have the map down where my mouse is in the sort of to the top right of your energy bar, but now you can only have it 3 sizes. So my watermark for my channel is probably going to be floating over the map. Very minor gripe in the grand scheme of things, but I'm going to mention it nonetheless. You pesky devs better be listening. Ruin my fun. Alright, so we've got all these gang members around the place. They're ruining the joint. From what I understand of this quest, we want to retake this area because we're running out of food in Devil's Crossing. And we need food, so we're going to farm to get more food. In conclusion, food. I had chicken and potatoes for dinner tonight, speaking of food, if anyone's interested. What did you have for dinner? You should tell me. Or breakfast. Time zones are a confusing thing. Where are you? We're still in the Arkovian Foothills. Let's zoom out a bit so we can see. I like being further zoomed out. Oh, there's another thing they added. Look at this. You can actually switch to this, your waypoint map, which is very handy. I like that a lot instead of having to open your waypoint to have a look and da-da-da, etc. Very handy. Very cool. It's a very awesome build that they've released. I'm very excited. Speaking of builds... Oh, Mossy Shamblers, we'll talk about that later. Hey, you're frozen. What are you still moving for? What's the deal there? Whew, that was a Shambler. Anyone who's played through Act 1, you'll remember the Shambler that you run into in that tunnel section on the way to Burwich. He's a boss, if anyone remembers. So there's like lesser Shamblers around here. Where are we going? I don't know where we are. I feel like I want to finish this in sort of chunks. Look at all this area that I missed. How slack. Let's go back this way. You're going to bear with me? Come on, guys. We can do it. It's not that far. Or should I do a fast forward? There's a 50% chance you'll be seeing this in fast forward. It depends if I want to do that in post or not. By post, I mean post editing. That's an industry term, you see. When you have 44 subscribers, you know, you're rubbing shoulders with the big guys. But I digress. Oh, what was I going to say? For anyone that is new to my channel, you should jump onto a few of my other videos. I get very absorbed into this Grim Dawn business. I recently released, at this time of recording, a build guide for a commando build. That's the Soldier and Demolitionist Masteries. I've done a few others as well and plan to do more, so do check those out if you can. In addition, I've been doing a Titan Quest playthrough with my good buddy Stevens, and we're having a lot of fun revisiting, well, now it's almost an old classic. So please do check that out if you have the chance, it would be most appreciated. In the meantime, we've entered back into Kaiman's Retreat. And what have we got here? Kaiman's Scripture, First Passage. So these are one of those lore sort of items you can find. I'm not going to read the whole thing now, but let's pop into our... No, that's how you open your rift. Inventory. Common scripture, right, already known, but let's read it. But they mocked us and drove us out. They called us heretics and madmen. It's pretty long, I'm not going to bore you with the details, but that's a cool thing. I love finding those little bits and pieces. When I'm off camera, I do tend to read over them. If you guys want to read them, you should definitely buy into this game. Just saying. I can't help it, guys. I don't mean to push the game upon you, but it's very cool, and I mean, I don't think it's very much to grab it on Steam Early Access, so definitely worth a few spare bucks if you have them. Where are we gonna go? Where are we gonna go? Alright, we actually covered most of this territory. Excuse me while I grab a drink. Oh, goodness me. I've been talking so much, I'm really thirsty. Back in the Foothills again. Sorry, I'll move that. When you play so much of this off camera, it's hard to kill those viewer ruining habits like keeping the map up while you just stroll around. Hey, we found a guy. Is there anything in here? No. Let's talk to this fella. Drew Larkin. You there, hear a dying man out, will ya? What happened to ya? Essentially, he was betrayed by his mate, and they were going to split some profits, and then he got betrayed. So we're looking out for a patchwork green jacket man by the name of Isaiah. I will avenge you. We'll just say that so we take the quest. So we've got to ideal with Isaiah Redden. Okay, we will. Maybe. We've got a cave here. Maybe we'll start episode 2 with this cave. Let's head back to town. Back to Devil's Crossing. It almost feels weird selecting Devil's Crossing by moving my mouse to the right. I'm so used to this first section. Anyway. So what have we done? What have we done? First, let's have a chat to Mornay. Well, did they like our housewarming gift? I killed the man in charge by the name Shanks. So what's our next target, buddy? Darius Cronley. So the gang members that we were running into, they were part of the Cronley gang. So I guess we're going for the head honcho. Do you have a plan? We have to hit them fast and hard. Leave no room for a counter-strike. Awesome. We'll get them for you. So that's the plan in general. Lastly, my scouting partner, Elsa, must still be out there with them. Alrighty. We'll get on it. So we got to find Elsa, his partner, as well as knock off the old Cronley. Let's do that. Now, while we're here, Stephen Skinner, my good man, this is the bloke we saved before. So he thanks us and gives us 1,000 experience. Thank you, sir. And as well as that, the Skinner family seal gives us a bit of physical damage with percent physical damage and a bit of extra health. It's actually not too bad. Don't mind it at all. I might not replace my existing rings, but it's far from shabby, I have to say. Alrighty, where are we going to go? Let's sit by the campfire next to our pal Dureni. Oh yeah, I didn't kill you in this character. I wanted to sit, let's sit with Ulgrim. He's our man. Ulgrim, not now. Alright everyone, I'm going to bring this episode to a close. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stick around for further episodes. I'm going to move through all of Act 2 with you guys on camera, and I'm very, very excited. So, for now, this is Klo0ga, and I'll speak to you soon. Have a good day.